Welcome to Fleet Insider by Safety Vision. Imagine trying to buy a basic fleet of work trucks, right?
Right.
But you find out the manufacturers took all the available steel to build high-end luxury sports cars.
You'd be scrambling, paying this massive premium just to get the bare basics.
Exactly. And that's what today's episode is about. It's a huge headache in the industry right now, which is the global NAND flash storage crisis. We want to look at why SSD prices are skyrocketing, how it's hurting fleet operations, and practically what we're doing here at Safety Vision to keep your fleets protected.
Yeah, that work truck analogy is, honestly, it's painfully accurate right now. But before we get into the market chaos, we should probably clarify what we're actually talking about with NAND flash.
Like the actual chips.
Yeah, it's the tiny silicon chips inside solid-state drives, or SSDs. I mean, they store your data electronically. No moving parts, so they're incredibly fast, durable, and just essential for modern tech.
And usually they're fairly cheap, but our internal data shows prices have jumped like 2.63 times in just the last 6 months.
Oh, and it's getting worse.
Right. Experts are warning it could climb to 6 to 8 times the normal price. I mean, what is driving this massive spike?
It's really a few colliding forces. First, you've got these massive manufacturers like Samsung and Micron, and they intentionally cut production recently, to burn off excess inventory and get their profit margins back up.
Ah, so supply tightened, right?
Exactly, right when demand absolutely exploded, and specifically from AI data centers.
Oh, sure. Because training an AI model, I mean, that requires ingesting petabytes of data at lightning speed. They desperately need that fast, no moving part storage.
You got it. AI is basically the luxury sports car from your analogy. The manufacturers are pivoting hard to feed those high-modeling data centers, which essentially starves standard commercial operations.
Wow.
Yeah, and you throw in the rising costs of raw silicon and rare earth metals, and, well, you get a perfect storm.
Which brings us to the everyday fleet manager listening right now. If you're running, say, 100 delivery trucks, why is a global tech shortage your problem?
Because storage is critical infrastructure, right?
Right.
When your budget suddenly hits this massive price spike for hardware, you're forced to make some pretty terrible compromises.
Like what? Cutting corners on the actual video quality.
Exactly. You might have to lower the camera resolution or shorten your video retention window, or worse, just settle for event-only recording instead of capturing everything continuously.
But that defeats the entire purpose of having the system. I mean, if you get hit with a false liability claim and your camera only caught the aftermath in like pixelated 480p,
You are completely exposed.
yeah, it's a huge operational risk.
It's a total liability nightmare. I mean, it severely weakens your ability to defend against accident claims or, false allegations.
So I have to ask, as a fleet manager, if prices are this volatile, how do you possibly plan a multi-year rollout without just completely blowing the budget?
Well, you can't control the global supply chain, but that's exactly why we developed a two-part solution here at Safety Vision to shield our customers. The first part is financial.
Right, our upfront purchase program.
Yes. It essentially lets fleets lock in today's pricing and secure their physical inventory right now. So you're completely bypassing that impending 6 to 8 times price jump.
Which is huge for cost certainty.
It really is. Shielding your budget from that market volatility is crucial. But, you can't just fix the spreadsheet. You have to solve the technical hardware problem, too.
And that brings us to the second strategy, which is our 3.5-inch hard drive integration for select product lines. We're talking up to 18 terabytes of capacity. But honestly, I always hear pushback on this.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
I mean, putting old school spinning disks in a bouncing, pothole-hitting work truck, that sounds like a guaranteed recipe for a crashed drive and corrupted data, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is everybody's natural reaction. Because we all know the physics. Normally, when a truck hits a pothole, the tiny read-write head of a hard drive crashes right into the spinning disk and destroys the data.
Right. So how do our engineers actually get it to survive?
Well, we aren't just bolting the drive to the chassis. Our systems use automotive-grade shock-resistant mounting and advanced vibration dampening.
Oh, wow. So it's like a suspension system for the hard drive.
Basically, yeah. The drive is suspended in this microshock absorbing system, so even when the truck is violently bouncing around, the internal disk remains perfectly stable and level.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So you get that massive 18 terabyte capacity, which lets you keep full resolution continuous recording.
Exactly. And because you're using rotating disks, you completely bypass the NAND flash supply chain and all those crazy inflated costs.
That's brilliant. It's such a practical workaround to ensure fleets stay protected without breaking the bank.
Absolutely. Because storage isn't just an accessory, it really is a fundamental shield for the business.
Well said. So, to summarize our main takeaway today, storage is critical infrastructure. But by leveraging locked-in pricing and rugged 18 terabyte HDD integration, fleets can keep their vital video capabilities intact.
Yeah, you don't have to compromise on safety just because the tech market is going crazy.
Definitely. But it does leave you with one final thought to chew on. With AI data centers devouring global component supplies right now, what other standard fleet technologies might soon face a similar supply chain squeeze? I mean, are vehicle telematics next?
Oof. Yeah, that is something to keep an eye on.
For sure. Well, thank you all for tuning in to Fleet Insider. We really appreciate it, and we invite you to listen to the next episode. Stay safe out there.